with the conflict in Kachin State or change political situation, we don't understand. But we know that now China is looking Southern War to be another unpacked resource for them to exploit. And this is unacceptable for us because we're living downstream. We learned a lot already from the experience in Kachin State, and we don't want to be a second Kachin. For us, we have heard from the locals upstream in Taton of Chiang Mai that the water seems to be too murky and unnatural because it needs to be clear, crystal clear in the dry season. But since last year flood in September 2024, after the flood, the Kok River is still murky like this, and it's never become clear at all. So we went to Taton in early this year and saw the situation. And local people told us that they witnessed some kind of mining activities upstream in Chan State. So in March 14, people in Taton, they gathered and submit a letter to the Thai government and have a small protest trying to voice their concern about the health of the Kok River. And it is the same day when the Chan Human Rights Commission released their report identifying that there are illegal mining activities upstream of the Kok River. So after that, we try to get together with communities in Chiang Rai, farmers, activists, university scholars, and artists. We sent a letter to Prime Minister asking about the situation and asked them to investigate and solve the problem immediately. And later on, when we found on the satellite imagery that it's not just gold mining anymore, it's actually rare earth mining sites in the territory of UWSA in Chan State. So we were so much worried because, and after that, lucky enough, we have this pollution control department. The office in Chiang Mai has been very, very active. They came to the area in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, have the water testing. The first result was released in April, and in early April, and they defined that the Kok River, this one, contaminated with heavy metals, particularly arsenic, which means the human health is already at risk. We use the Kok River for our water supply and also large area of farming, irrigation farming. So this means that not only fisher folks, but also those living in Chiang Rai City in 6 districts of Chiang Rai province, all the way to the Mekong River are at risk. And later on, we found that according to the study of the Pollution Control Department, they also cover other river basin. And we now realize that not only the Kok River, but also the Mekong, the Kok, Sai, Ruok, and the Mekong River, all 4 rivers in northern Thailand already contaminated with heavy metals. There are multiple committees and working groups set up under the Deputy Prime Minister, President Chanthararuangthong, and they just went to Naypyidaw 3 days ago, and they agreed with their Burmese counterpart to set up a working group. But we wonder how far that working group can actually perform. We really need immediate action from our own government to protect our own health and the future of our younger generation, our lands, our rivers. The contamination of heavy metals in our river is very dangerous. It's highly toxic, is pose risk to human health. And for us, this is national security. We expect our own government, our own army to act more, to perform more effectively and more promptly on this matter. I'm speaking this on the behalf of a Thai citizen. I feel that this is just ticking a box, that saying that we went there to Naypyidaw, we met with the Burmese junta, and we agreed to set up the working group. But actually, what's the end result of this? We don't want them to report that they went and met, but we want them to perform, to respond to this crisis. This is a regional crisis, not just Chiang Rai or Chiang Mai province level anymore. It is transboundary already. It involved with at least 3 countries now, Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos. And according to a director of the Pollution Control Department Chiang Mai office, he indicated that if we allow the rare earth mining to expand, it will reach downstream countries, including Cambodia and Vietnam, and it will spread to the South China Sea. It can be that dangerous. Yes, we learned that all these investors are Chinese speaking, whether Chinese national or already bought the Burmese ID card, we have no idea, but they are Chinese speaking investors that they operate upstream and they are exploiting our rivers. So we have this issue covered in Thai media since early April. Also, we submit a letter. We submit an official letter to the Chinese embassy in Bangkok, raising the concern to them that we like them to come and inspect and talk to us and inspect what's going on and to reduce harm to the downstream communities. We are in Chiang Rai. We thought that we could be safe, but this is not at all. And you know, when we're talking about China, but they are also consumers or importers of the rare earth after the refinement in China too, like the US and other countries. So we are now dealing with not a provincial issue. This is a global issue actually about geopolitics of who is holding the rare earth. And we know that the reserve is here. You might want to do it, but you have to do it right. The production of rare earth or any products need to be accountable. You cannot just dig and put the chemical in and let the drainage just come to our stream and our rivers like this. It's not right. This is a crime actually. People share the same worry. We think about the quality of water that we're using, even though the provincial water supply department had a good step to treat the water well. But if we still rely on raw water in the river, contaminated river like this, how long we can carry on, right? And we know already that the rare earth boom in Kachin state, it grew up to 500 of them, and upstream of our river it's only 2. And can be discontaminated already. If we wait until in the near future, in the coming months, when they expand to another 10, another 20, 100 or 200, our river will be acid, right? It can be not used at all. So we want the upcoming disaster to be prevented. We want this to be stopped at the moment and have our river and ecosystem recovered. We learned a lot already from the experience in Kachin state. And we don't want to be a second Kachin. We're trying to investigate and we're trying to obtain more information and update every day because we're just aware of this as early this year. And when we look at the Google Earth, we saw the strange pictures of the on the hill up the Kok River and the Sai River, and we found out later it's actually the illegal mining sites. and also including the rare earth mining sites. And according to official satellite imagery, we also learned that the rare earth mining just started upstream of the Kok River at the headwater just last year. So this is just second year, and damage is this much. So we need our own government to act immediately and to show a strong political will to any investors, to any exporter or importers, that the country needs to prevent its own population. I think the public health, the human health, is the most important issue for a country. Human resource must be the most important resource for a country. So we expect our own government to do that. And on the global level, we know that China is the country that obtains rare earth the most, is the one who exports like the 2/3. And most of the ore or the raw minerals export from Kachin State, from Myanmar in its own backyard. So with the conflict in Kachin State or change political situation, we don't understand, but we know that now China is looking Southern Hua to be another unpacked resource for them to exploit. And this is unacceptable for us because we're living downstream and we have our own laws and regulation, and we expect that our own government will protect us from this. We are also sending multiple letters to different organizations and bodies, including the National Human Rights Commission, to the Senate committees, to the Parliament committees, and to our own government and the Prime Minister. We expect that the Prime Minister or the government should perform. To UWSA in particular, I think, as we are living close to each other, and the way that UWSA has allowed investors to invest in just close to our border, but it's upstream of our river. I think any activity need to think about your neighbor too. I think you can do this kind of open mining elsewhere, maybe in the desert or in the faraway land, but not upstream of a river or 4 rivers that millions of people are using. This is not acceptable. And the reason why the investor came here, because of the grabbing the opportunity or exploiting the fact that there is no such law, there is no rule to comply with. That's why Chinese embassy had in their Facebook announcement saying that they urge their own investor aboard to comply with the local regulation and laws. But in this corner of the world, there is no such law. That's how this pollution is happening and producing all the toxic to our rivers. So I think this date, we need to be civilized. We need to think about others. We need to think about standards. And I think only money might not be enough, but your own dignity and your responsibility to others is what makes human human.